What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray. And this is Gray Area Anime. Back again. Right at the bat, I apologize for missing Wednesday's episode. We've just been a little busy. This corona just keeps you stacked up. Not that I have it. I'm just saying pandemic changes.
Pandemic way of life. Yes.
Keeps you a little bit busier. I've not been inside as much as most people. So I don't get to work on this as hard as I would like to, but no excuses. Here to kind of work through those things. So today, what I wanted to do was not a breakdown, was not some lesson on some style of anime. I just wanted to talk about anime things. Well, yeah, talk about anime, but not in a teaching way, but talk in the enjoyment way. So talk about things that we're watching, talk about things that I'm looking forward to, and talk about things that I've kind of learned from watching some anime that I've been watching. Also here, as always, is the executive producer of the Gray Area Anime Podcast, Prima Diva.
Hello, everybody.
So, what I've been doing recently is I've been rewatching Naruto from start to finish. Kind of splitting between it and Shippuden at the same time, which is kind of, well, if I never watch it, it'd be counterintuitive, but it's kind of eye-opening to kind of see the things that are coming down the pipeline and then see the things that they built up to in the series. And it's just been an amazing rewatch. I did that with One Piece a couple years ago. I actually did it twice, where I rewatched through One Piece. I have no idea how I got through 900. Well, it was probably 700 or 800 plus episodes or whatever at the time that I was watching and rewatching that series. And what I've come to realize is your perspective on storytelling has to change as you get older. It just does. Also, apologies for any sound you may hear from the outside. Those are fireworks. You can tell what day we're recording.
or around what time, anyway.
And we ain't got a studio yet. But, when we do, you won't have to worry about these things. But, yeah, your perspective changes as you get older. And so does, the way you view storytelling. I remember watching back in the day, and it was just about what I saw in those characters, and then kind of wanting to go and enact those things. So if I was watching Gundam Wing or G Gundam, I wanted a Gundam, or I wanted to escape to these worlds. I wanted to be these characters, kind of exist in these worlds, because I was a bit of a recluse, if you will. While I had friends, I still felt isolated in that sense. So having anime was a bit of my mental escape. It was a fun place. So I wasn't diving too deep into the story. I just had my favorite characters. I was just seeing it through from beginning to end, and just and being in the moment. So I couldn't step back and bask in the glory of how good Naruto is, how good the first 2 seasons of Bleach are.
Yeah.
How good a lot of the animes that I watched from 2007 to 2010. I piled anime of all kinds into my brain. I try to keep track of everything that I watched, but failed miserably. And also, that was also our air conditioner coming on. So there's all kinds of noises going on today. But yeah, it was like I said, I was just in the moment, so I wouldn't stop and smell the roses of how beautiful these stories were, how great the animation was on anything. I was just watching. I was just there for the enjoyment, and there was something, I guess, wholesome about it, but there's something more gratifying about it now, seeing the groundwork of a lot of things that were laying.
Right. I was just going to mention, like I said that the other day, like I think that the other aspect of it that influences how we rewatch things is, and I think this is the power of storytelling in general. And I think that's why anime should be respected, because these are really great stories. And so they have an ability to allow us to work through things. But watching things through the first time, like the first time I watched Naruto, for example, or anything else for that matter, anytime you're watching something for the first time, you're experiencing it in a very visceral way, if it's good. So you have an initial gut reaction to what you're watching, right? And when you watch it again, after you've gotten a little bit ahead in the story or stepped away from it after a while, you're watching it from a different perspective. So you're not just experiencing it for the first time. It's also, I think, based on where you are in life. Because I can't remember the example I was talking about the other day, but I remember watching a scene and seeing it from both perspectives, like from, I think it was like a parent-child dynamic. And it was like, man, like now, as like if this was like 5 years ago, I probably would have been like, I could see both sides, but I am like completely on the younger person's side. But now it's kind of like, this is complicated because I can see it from both perspectives. Not that I'm a parent yet, but just having gone through more things and experienced more of life and grown up a little bit more and matured more. The entire scene, even though I'd seen it before, completely affected me differently based on just the fact that I'm just not the same person.
Yeah, a lot of it is like, I mean, and it doesn't take that long, because even our first watch of ReZero to the second rewatch wasn't, but 4 years, 3 or 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And even watching it again changes because the tools you have around you with anime also can magnify things. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of anime that are from like novels, and it's the only medium where I think that reading the book enhances it to a whole nother level.
Yes. Because I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, if you read the Hunger Games before singing the Hunger Games, this is always my example for this. It's terrible. You know, but that's because you don't get the internal monologue that Katniss goes through. So you're missing a lot of her intentions. Because a lot of the crucial parts of that is how she thinks, and she's so smart and so much of a teenager and an adolescent, mm-hmm. in the sense that on top of being as intelligent as she is, she's emotional about everything, but she weighs survival over a lot of different things. Anyway, it makes it really good. So in anime, like with ReZero, at the time that we first watched, we hadn't read anything. We only had speculation of a lot of outcomes, of a lot of characters, of a lot of things, and some things we were just blinded to and had no real meat to be upset about. Like, we didn't like Roswaal. We didn't understand why we didn't like Roswaal, and then we understood why we didn't like Roswaal. It was like, again, well, it all makes sense.
Visceral reaction, and it's worthy. Okay, worth it.
You know, and it's like it's an onion in a lot of ways. You just keep peeling back the layers one by one to get to really deep and meaningful things. You know, we talk about anime has a great way, especially now that we're able to stream everything. So you basically get, if you have 52 episodes, there are 52 weeks in a year. That's a year's worth of content. It does not feel like that. Because we're so used to getting things in bulk now that
we're spoiled.
Time has not even, it's not even affecting to us in a way. But that's almost a year's worth of content. And I used to think about it in the sense that it's like, when you're watching, like you said, in that visceral way, you feel like things kind of build up more. But going back to Naruto, it was like, oh no, they set the tone within the first 12 episodes.
Oh yes. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, we were talking about that. Like, you know that your life is on the line in the beginning,
which is 4 months.
right?
You know, for now 4 months again, thinking about 4 months is enough time to, like, you have to build that because you don't want to lose people's interest. You don't want to lose whatever. It's kind of like how, you know, people will watch SVU or Law and Order SVU, but the difference is a lot of these popular animes don't get breaks. Hence why you end up with half a year or 4 or 5 of, well, yeah, like a half a year, 2-3 months of filler.
Yeah.
Which filler makes a lot more sense in the context that I'm thinking about. Like, you just gave them a whole month of, hey, go animate this. I don't care what you do, just go animate this.
Please give us a break.
You know, they also only take off like 8 weeks maybe. And that's not like consecutively. That's like Golden Week, different celebration weeks and things of that nature. So it's like really cool. Speaking of ReZero, because this is just a conversation, I feel like I'm breaking all this stuff down again, but that's just obviously me.
Welcome, people.
ReZero will be back, I think, July 6th. I keep getting, I don't know if that's right or not. I hope it is.
We will confirm before the end of the show, before the end of this episode.
But it's soon. And I'm really, really excited about that because we get to illustrate the things that we've read over the past 2 years. There was a website we used to go to, Translation Chicken, and we used to read the novel there. And you know, it was a lot of fun at the time. You know, he kind of went off to live his life. But it was still fun. And July 8th. So sorry about the 6th. I was 2 days early. But it was just amazing. Or it is amazing that we're getting, or wait, no, it was amazing that we were reading. I lost my whole train of thought there. Sorry.
That was
getting cues from the producer sometimes can be a little distracting to my brain, which isn't as fast anymore.
You know, we're new at this. So. We're getting it together.
But yeah, so being like, I haven't been as excited about like lineups because I haven't had as much time to watch.
Like newer anime?
Well, just when you get it used to be, okay, you're going to get the list of things that are coming out, like
I totally watched that.
Or Fire Force or
like new anime coming out on Netflix or whatever. Like I try to watch that stuff.
I watch a couple of them, but then I'm like, how much time am I really realistically going to have to watch all of this that I want?
And maybe that's something we'll do in the future is we'll watch some of these rollout videos and stuff like that and see what we're most excited about and maybe choose 1 or 2 of them that you guys are excited about too and look into those.
Yeah, that would be fine. I lost my whole train of thought.
Well, I think one of the things that you pointed out that is very interesting is that aspect of reading enhancing the anime, because even if, I mean, I haven't read Naruto, I want to, but even if they don't animate everything that we've read in ReZero, right? I still feel that it's still gratifying. Like, I think anime and manga is the only medium where not reading one or not watching the other doesn't necessarily ruin it. Not in every case, but
because some of them are
a lot more often,
terrible.
And not just that, like where it's like if you do both, it's still not as how do I say disappointing as if you like you mentioned with the
anime
Games.
Anime does have the 50% chance of either being great or terrible, but
agreed.
One does not really ruin the other. There's fewer times where a manga is just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more so, anime has a thing that I don't think a lot of movies have. A movie, to me, cannot really be better than a book. There are times where they stuck to the source material and they found some way to do things that visually enhance something, right? But majority of the time, a lot of book to screen movies, like, because you're condensed already, the way they trim the fat is not trimming the fat for story purposes. It's for merchandising, viewer purposes,
movie purposes,
making
really,
sure,
because
you know,
a movie's job is to condense. I heard
Right.
a wonderful person say this, Kevin Wilmot. Movie's job is to condense. A book's job is to expand. But I'm really over here wrecking my brain, you guys, so I could see if there's a movie that was like literally better than the book. I feel like The Giver is in there, but call me if I'm wrong.
But anime has this thing that it's able to do where if an anime like Mysterious Girlfriend X is a really weird anime
Yeah.
or manga,
Mm-hmm.
that probably went on a little too long.
Huh.
But the anime stops right where it should, cuts out things that it needs to
See,
cut.
that can happen.
But there are more often cases where that can happen
Yes.
than in any other medium.
I agree with
Where
that.
it's just like, okay, this became popular. We're all reading it. We all read it late or whatever the case may be. They're going to get an anime adaptation or, you know, a spinoff or something like that, depending upon the characters. Let's figure out what they didn't like. Let's figure out, you know, they're also way more involved because whether it's, you know, in the mangas, they have the voting polls for the characters where you like mail in and vote for the popularity polls, basically.
Right.
And it gives them, you know, a lot of things to work on. They're just really involved with their communities. They're involved with the consumer. It's kind of like, and it's also like a newspaper. I've said that before, so that also lends itself to a lot of great things. I'm just really excited, or I'm in love with anime again. I do want to start reading again. I will be honest, I have not read in months, like literal months. And that's normally not like me because normally I'm caught up and I'll read all the new things when they come out. I read like all 7 issues. Like I was, and you can check it on YouTube at Gray, at Icarus Gray. But I was ahead of the curve. I was reading The Promised Neverland. I was reading Dr. Stone. I did videos on them very early on why you should read them. And said there that I guarantee you that within a year, animes are coming. Just because these are really integral and thought out anime or mangas. And I was right. I'm pretty happy about that. Because
Congratulations.
there were a couple that well, no, all the ones that I did end up getting animes. I didn't do a lot of the ones I wasn't really sure about. Samurai 8 was another one that kind of I'm sad that one ended. I haven't caught up or read that through yet, but that was going to be.
I can't wait to finish it, but man,
really good.
Yes.
You know, it was basically Naruto in space from the creator of Naruto.
And it was freaking amazing. Like the few I read were great. I'm really sad to hear that.
But it ended some months ago at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while. Another good one that I need to catch back up on is Chainsaw Man, which is one of those anti-hero. Like they basically what happens there is people can form contracts with demons, blah blah blah.
Yeah, typical stuff.
Of course, this guy was friends with one, and he was, you know, dude, he's a teenager that has really simplistic desires. Like the kid just wants to kiss a girl, feel a boob, have sex.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
And so he's an anti-hero in the sense that he does not have what we consider honorable desires. And long story short, he was working for the mafia. They come through, they shoot him. The demon dog that he was working with doesn't let him die, fuses itself with his heart, and it has like a little chainsaw nose.
Oh wow.
So then like it's like Wolverine. So chainsaws can come out of his hands and out of his head and his feet.
Oh my.
And they just start going after this big the gun demon is what they call it. And his whole anyway, it literally the whole thing is like him being robot designed. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like it's really like it's off kilter, but it's really good.
Mm.
I can definitely see it getting the anime, and I'm pretty sure it might. Just because so many things are getting animated nowadays. That was good. I need to catch up on One Piece. I was
Me too. I
in
started up
Wano,
again.
reading.
Yeah.
And they were doing a flashback of Little Dragon Boy's pops. I just cannot think of his name right now off the top of my head.
It starts with an M.
Momonosuke. Thank you.
Yes, you're
Thank
welcome.
you very much.
That's as far as I could go.
It's a flashback of his dad, and that was like really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're reading now, you know that I'm way off.
Yeah,
or
way
far back because
behind.
the war with Kaido and everything is going on.
Well, I can't deal with all these wars,
fights.
guys. Like I'm in the Great Ninja War in Shippuden. As many of you know, I have not finished Naruto Shippuden. And so I'm already going through enough feels. I don't know if I can deal with reading One Piece. I'll probably just have to ask Icarus to give me an update.
I don't know, whenever I read, I mean, I will
Good
not because you take forever. There's no satisfaction in talking
I'm
to you
ahead
about
of
things
you
like
on
that.
ReZero, sir. Pipe that down.
Okay, that's one thing. If you finish a comic I kill, I'll give you credit for
I'm
any
not.
of these things.
You know that I'm not finishing that. Why are we
I guess
having
I
this
can never
conversation?
give you credit.
Wow. Wow.
Because if you want to finish something, finish that.
I finish everything else.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Just not that.
But yeah, so that was another good one. What else was I reading at the time? I think that was pretty much it because a lot of things just slimmed down because Naruto was done. I was reading Dragon Ball Super every now and again. I was reading Boruto. I was reading Black Clover at the time, which it's definitely, they've animated the part I was reading at. My Hero Academia, I definitely need to catch up on. It's been a minute. They are animating where I was there too.
Yes.
So yeah, it's, I got so much to do.
So much to catch up on.
Yeah, and I haven't looked at the spring lineup, or not spring, summer almost fall lineup.
I haven't either. I've been seeing a lot of anime come across my Netflix queue, and that's another thing that I've been noticing too. I think because we started doing these rewatches, I haven't really been watching a lot of anime on Netflix. Like there's a few that I've been wanting to finish or start. Like I've been hearing about Beastars. I really want to get into that. Sounds really good. Want to finish Carol and Tuesday because it was incredibly cute, and I need a little sunshine in my life. Although that guy, that weird robotic man, or robot wannabe man, he freaks me out a little bit more than I like. So yeah, I haven't really seen too many other newer ones. Some of them have been. There's one that's like I gotta find the name of it. It's about a whole bunch of like it's a land of beautiful girls or whatever, but there's murder. That's the one that you say we started and we're like, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. It might be on Crunchyroll.
I don't remember the name of it.
I'm gonna find the name so you guys know to check that out and let me know if anyone's
but a lot of that's the
it.
other thing that I think is interesting in this era is the venues for watching. I had to watch, and I've said this on an episode before, but I had to watch anime on technically, streaming. Like people were placing all the stuff up on like YouTube or Vimeo. I'm combining Venmo and Vimeo. But that's where I had to watch. Whereas now, you'll have Funimation, Crunchyroll, Netflix all vying for exclusive rights. You have Crunchyroll going into the webtoon arena. And pulling things from there, like everything is getting animated. It's about the popularity of it, but also like you're going to get just full-fleshed stories, and it's kind of amazing to have that and see that evolution, to see where we're going. Like I don't know what I'm going to do when the streaming manga reading service where I don't have to buy volumes 10 months after they've come out, where they're like translating the same week, working with those mangakas and animators and stuff the same way that they do now with showing the episodes as they're watching, so we can watch together, which makes them even. It's huge. It's not something that I thought would ever be possible. And it's something that I still think is like one of the essential reasons why I do this is because it's easily accessible. Like, it's not like I'm saying, hey, go to this website, everybody go to this website, and you're going to blow up our spot eventually, because people are going to be like, there's a lot of traffic going to this website. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, and then it's searching for Google, and this has been removed due to copyright, whatever. It's a different age. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that I'm able to read, watch, do all the stuff. I want to play the ReZero game that's on PlayStation, because the author had a part in it. So created a whole new person that's vying for the throne. And it's just really cool. I really want to check that out. I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, the only thing about that though is that I feel like we know that's not gonna end well. Like, that's the only thing about it. Like, I don't know that I want to put myself. I love video games, and the sad ones.
But it's not like,
me, man.
But it's not like an action RPG or playing through. It looks like one of those,
like Chibi.
No.
Oh no, I don't want it. If it ain't cute, then I know it's gonna end terribly. I can't find the name of the anime that I was looking for, but I did try one episode of Princess Connect Redive, I think is what it's called.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was something that looked like it was cute. I noticed that there was one guy in the back, and I should have known that it was probably a harem, and it sort of is, but I couldn't get past the first 7 minutes. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna really be anything good. I like the adventures.
There's only a couple harems I can even stomach nowadays.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I said,
yeah.
The way ReZero handles their reverse harem thing, or not reverse harem.
No, yeah, it's legit harem.
It's different, and I like it because
it's superb.
The relationships are earned and not just you're strong
and varied. Like, not every single relationship is sexual, as we've kind of alluded to before. So that makes it even more exciting.
Well, they have wholesome ones, like the relationship between Petra and Subaru is not.
Yeah, not sexual. Between not from Subaru to Petra, but
well,
even not really
it's
from
still
Petra
not sexual.
To Subaru,
is what I'm saying.
it's
it's cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's like, I actually care about you.
Same thing with Betty.
And I want to, like, if she grew up, obviously it would go wherever.
It would go left. That's where it would go.
But right now it's just like, he gets it kind of thing. It's cute. And I want to be, I'm not going to lose to you kind of thing. Like, it's like, girl, what are you talking about? It's
He's
like
my favorite person. It's almost like a dad thing, which is interesting. I kind of feel like they did that with Betty. But what were you going to say?
It was the I was trying to think of she's like the little chick in Naruto that runs with Konohamaru. That's like,
I'm the embodiment of sexiness.
Adult sexiness. And I'm like, no, little girl, you're not. Like, stop. Get out of here.
I don't know what she's got. I kind of want to just look and see if she's even in Boruto. I've not watched Boruto because I haven't finished Naruto yet. Yeah, but I low key want to know whether or not she became the sexy woman she wanted to be.
A Jonin.
Of course, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Teacher, he, was always keeping Boruto in check, obviously, which is so funny.
Cute. Yeah.
Strange reversal of roles there. But
they had to use them somewhere.
Yeah, good point. But anyway, we just wanted to come on and talk about some anime. We normally do. And not I still started to do the thing that I didn't want to do, but that's how I talk.
He's just got a teacher spirit.
Thought provoking in that way. We didn't talk about everything, but maybe we'll do another one, and then you can listen to that one on the next episode.
These will be our anime updates, guys.
But do your thing.
All right. If you would like to get in touch with us, you are free to communicate with us on Instagram at Gray Area Anime. You can also get us on Facebook at Gray Area Anime, on Twitter at Gray Area Anime 1, and you can email us your questions, comments, and requests for us to watch things with you, because we'd love to schedule some watch parties with you guys at grayareaanime@gmail.com.
All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.